Hi, I'm Steve Mann and this is Paper Classroom. Welcome to another one of our fibres video tutorials. In this particular one, we're going to have a look at an overview or an introduction to mechanical pulping. So this is about what goes on in all mechanical pulping processes. Later on in subsequent videos, we'll have a look at the individual methods. So I thought it was a good idea to start off with a good overview of all the different pulping processes that we have. So mechanical as well as chemical, then you see how things fit in. So I've constructed a little sort of tree here. So pulping, obviously there's more than one method of pulping. One of the methods of pulping is mechanical pulping. Now mechanical pulping basically means physically shredding a tree. So if you were to analyse chemically a tree, or analyse chemically any form of mechanical pulp, you would never see a difference. They would both be absolutely identical. One of the good things about mechanical pulping is that if you start off with a ton of tree, you end up with almost a ton of fibres. There are some disadvantages. They don't produce a sheet that's got very good tensile strength. It easily discolours and yellows, but there are many advantages. And guess what? There's more than one method of mechanical pulping. The very first method that was ever invented in Germany, if you remember, by Keller, was the groundwood process. And there were three variations on his original process. His original process, the first thing he did was the so-called SGW, stone groundwood. So there you simply take a log, you press it up against a grindstone, and the grindstone causes friction, the friction causes heat, the heat softens the lignin, and then the abrasive surface rips out the fibre. A slight modification of that was TGW, the thermal groundwood process, where you soaked the tree trunks in hot water prior to them being ground. That just put extra heat into the system, which made the lignin softer, which caused less damage to the fibres. And finally in this system we have PGW, pressurised groundwood. In that system they used additional pressure on the logs, causing more friction on the grindstone, and they also introduced live steam under pressure to provide extra heat. So that takes care of the groundwood side of mechanical pulping. What else is there? Well, the more modern way of doing it today is the refiner. So rather than working now with a whole tree, they actually take the tree and they chop it down into wood chips, and I've shown you some wood chips on earlier videos, and then they pump the wood chips through the centre of a large disc refiner. And there are two ways of doing this. One is simply to take the chips cold as they are and put them through the eye of the refiner, in which case we get a product called RMP, refined mechanical pulp. Or we heat up the wood chips with steam prior to feeding them through the refiner. That again, just like the other system, the more heat you have, the softer the lignin, the less damage to the fibres. So this produces a pulp that we call TMP, thermomechanical pulp. The other extreme from mechanical pulping is chemical pulping. Chemical pulping, you start from the chips, the way you do with RMP and TMP. So you take the wood chips and you stew them in a variety of chemicals for a period of time under high temperatures and pressures, and you dissolve away the lignin, leaving the fibres. One of the problems with this method is that if you start off with a ton of tree, you end up with less than half a ton of fibres. So the yield is quite low. But those fibres are very flexible, they can be refined and you can get a much stronger piece of paper. So the very first chemical pulping process that was ever invented was the soda process, Burgess and Watt, done down at Frogmore Paper Mill, if you remember. So that's basically just sodium hydroxide, boiling the chips up in sodium hydroxide. Nowadays that method has been abandoned for wood pulp, but is still used for so-called non-wood fibres or annual crops. Then a Swedish chemist invented quite an acidic process, the sulfite process. The problem with the sulfite process was it dissolved all the hemicelluloses, and therefore the sheet that you got from fibres made by this process wasn't particularly strong. And then finally, the chemical pulping process that's taken over the world is the sulfate process, also known as the Kraft process. Probably 90–95% of all the pulping in the world now is done by the sulfate process. So you can see on the one hand we have mechanical pulping, on the other hand we have chemical pulping. There's also a middle road that we used to call it semi-chemical pulping. The modern term now is hybrid pulping. So with hybrid pulping, again, we start off with wood chips, we cook them up with some chemicals for a short time to dissolve some of the lignin, and then we finish it off in a mechanical way. And there are many variations of hybrid pulping, but by far the two most common, the two most well known are CTMP, which stands for chemi-thermomechanical pulp, used for newsprint and magazines and things like that, and NSSC. NSSC is neutral sulfite semi-chemical, and this was the process at one time for making the fluting for corrugated medium. So with a corrugated cardboard box, you have two flat pieces of paper and you have a wiggly bit in the middle that the two flat pieces are glued onto. And that wiggly bit in the middle is called the fluting. It used to be made by CTMP, so they deliberately left some of the lignin there to give it its stiffness character. But today they've learned to make that equally well from recycled or reclaimed fibre, so we don't see very much CTMP around these days. So that's an overview of all the pulping processes. If we move on to the mechanical methods now, which is what this particular tutorial is about, just to give you an idea of what's happening, we start off with a wood chip. As it passes through the refiner, this wood chip gets broken down into larger bunches of fibres. As it continues to pass through the refiner, these larger bunches of pulp get broken down into individual fibres, and then the individual fibres get attacked and damaged to increase its surface area. So that's the mechanism of mechanical pulping, and it doesn't matter really whether it's the grindstone or the refiner, the same thing happens. We'll talk about the individual methods in subsequent videos. This is just a pictorial view of what's happening there. So as you start to break down mechanical fibre, you get a long fibred proportion, a long fibred element that could be down to about 0.8 of a millimetre up to 4–4.5 millimetres. You get a short fibred element which is between about 0.2 and 0.8 millimetres, and then you get fines, very tiny things. One of the things about mechanical pulping is it substantially damages the fibres. It damages virtually every fibre, and you get all these fines produced as well. This is a really interesting graph. This just shows you some of the different mechanical methods, the energy that we put in, and the strength of the paper that it produces. So here we have the groundwood process, and here we have the refiner process. So the groundwood process, we said there were 3 methods: stone groundwood, thermogroundwood, pressurized groundwood. As you go up here, you're from this one to this one to this one, you're putting more heat into the system. Because you're putting more heat in for the same amount of work, you're doing less damage to the fibres, and therefore you're getting a stronger piece of paper. Because the average fibre length is increasing, therefore the number of crossovers increases, therefore you get a stronger sheet. There's a limit to how much work you can put in with a grindstone. With refiners, you can put more work in. More work means more energy means more heat means softer lignin, and softer lignin means pulling more fibres out without getting too much damage. So this will give you the strongest of all the sheets with the least damage to the fibres of all the mechanical pulping processes. Well, I think that's all we need to talk about as our first introduction to mechanical pulping. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave us any feedback or comments if you wish, and I look forward to seeing you in another Paper Classroom video.